Urban Meyer, how'd you feel about this? Looked pretty good out there.
Well, it's really cool to have your kids out there with you, so it was a lot of fun.
Did you warm up ahead of time? You know, that's always the trick, to make sure that you don't bounce one.
No, I was just asking my son if he was going to throw a curveball or not, but I just had to get it across the plate.
You know, a lot of people know that, of course, you're an alum of the University of Cincinnati, where you were a baseball player. You were actually drafted by the Atlanta Braves, I believe, what, 13th round?
13th round.
And played minor league baseball a couple of years.
Yeah, I hit, I think, a cool 199 my first year. Second year, I had it going a little bit, and then got injured, hurt my arm, and then chased my first love, football.
You know, there were people for many, many years, Urban, that felt like, you know, this was your destiny to be at Ohio State. And without being overly, you know, Freudian about it, is that the kind of thing, even for a guy like you, when you're having great success somewhere else, you say, maybe one day if it ever happens?
You know, you just live each day. I was in such a great job at the University of Florida, and the obligation, responsibility to do your best there, and I loved it. We loved Florida. We still do. We'll always have a home in Gainesville, Florida. And I really thought I was done coaching for a lot of reasons. And when this one opened up, it was, if it wasn't for Ohio State, I'm not coaching this coming year. I mean, that's the love I have for this university. And I have a degree from Ohio State. And as long back as I can remember, I mean, you talk about the Reds. I'm sitting watching the Reds play the Indians. I'm also an Indians fan. And I'm coaching for Ohio State. I mean, it's full circle.
Pretty good deal, isn't it?
Really good deal.
All right, so as good as it is, I mean, you come back home, you get to do what you always wanted to do. What are the biggest challenges, though, that you have coming into Ohio State?
Well, biggest challenges are, you know, putting a great team on the field. You know, that we just got our grades back. We had one of the highest GPAs in the last decade, they just told me, so I'm fired up about it. That's a good indication whether your kids are buying in right now, and we have good players. You know, Ohio State, Jim Tressel did a marvelous job there. He's a friend of mine, and it's not like Ohio State's a mess. They had a bad season, and we'll be back. But, you know, the expectation level is not just of Buckeye Nation, but of Urban Meyer and our coaching staff is to be not good, but great. And so we have some work to do to become great.
Well, all right, Urban, let's talk a little baseball. How about Joey Votto?
Well, Joey Votto hitting 350, and I mean, he's got a pure swing. I love his intensity at the plate. Between pitches, I was really watching him because I love baseball. He never gets out of that box.
Yeah,
he plants his feet, and he's going to go attack that pitcher. Do you remember when Pete Rose in 1976 stood about 15 feet from Mickey Rivers?
Yeah.
And we were just talking about that. And he said Sparky Anderson and him talked about the game. He was inside out on Mickey Rivers. I was a little guy watching that game. Yeah. And you talk about, I didn't realize Joey Votto was doing it. You're darn right he's doing that. That's to get in the pitcher's head. Well, I'm just happy for Cincinnati. I think the Bengals are doing great with Marv Lewis. You got the Reds here doing fantastic. A beautiful night. Well, it's great to be back in the state of Ohio.
We're happy to have you back in a Buckeye State.
Thanks, Tom.